Leonhard Lockmair and Offrus A.D. 1538. In the year 1538, brother Leonhard Lockmair, a minister of the Word, in the earldom of Tyrol, to Brixen, where a great number of priests practiced all manner of craftiness with him, until they caused him to apostatize. They then demanded of him that he should go about the country for a whole year with Dr. Gallius, and preach against and renounced the divine truth. This he would not do. Hence they confined him in prison, for he had been a priest before he became a brother. He came to himself and repented of his apostasy, and great fear came upon him, for the judgment of God pressed upon him. But since God knew his sorrowful heart, he so ordered it that he was restored again, as will follow in the sequel. In the same year 1538, Offrus, also a minister of the Word in the earldom of Tyrol, was apprehended. He was sought on the mountains and in the valley, and spied on bridges and elsewhere. A large sum of money was also offered for his apprehension, and spies and traitors were sent out who pretended to have a desire to become pious. When they had apprehended him, he was also brought to Brixen, and put in prison there, his apartment being so near to that of Leonhard Lockmair's that they could converse together. There Leonhard greatly deplored his apostasy to Offrus, and sorrowed greatly on account of it. Offrus then gave him much consolation, when, after genuine sorrow and true repentance, he proclaimed to him the remission of his sins in the name of the Lord, yea, through his intercession re-established him in his faith, and received him again as a fellow member and brother. Not long after, when brother Offrus, the faithful servant of the Lord and his church, was sorely tried in manifold ways, and much threatened with the torture if he would not point out to them his brethren who had not yet been driven away, especially those who had harbored him and done good to him, he said to them, I have resolved to endure all pain and suffering which man can endure, even unto death, through the power of God, before I shall tell you this, and become a traitor. I well knew beforehand that this would be my fate. You have me in your power. Do whatever God will permit you to do. If you want to tyrannize over me, you may do so. God will find you. I've nothing to say or to show. They then assailed him with threats, and urged him that if he had the truth, that they would admonish him in the name of the truth, to show and speak the truth. Then brother Offrus said, I know you and your truth. You have heard what I said. They also asked him whether it was not true that if our number should increase, we would rise up against and kill them, if they would not come over to our side. He told them that if we should do this, we would not be Christians, but only such in name, adding, if you were true Christians, you would not torture or kill anyone. Hence they bound him and drew him up, but speedily let him down from the torture, and threatened him, asking why he would have his members thus torn asunder. He replied, I am in your hands. Do with me whatever God will permit you to do. You can take from me no more than my life. They then despaired of accomplishing anything with him. 8 days after, they again drew him up, this time twice, yet more gently, but he said, I've told you once what I can tell, and be it known to you that God will find you for your tyranny. They again despaired, and thenceforth left him alone, torturing him no further. He was sick in consequence of the torture, so that he said less. After another 8 days, they again came to him, called him before them twice, but did not remain with him long, because he laid before their eyes their rascality, roguery, and unrighteousness. After much suffering and tribulation, he was then sentenced to death by the children of Pilate, placed alive into the fire, and burned to ashes, thus valiantly and steadfastly as a Christian hero, testifying to and sealing his life and doctrine with his blood on Halloween, A.D. 1538. And though he had perilously wrestled hard with death, yet when he went forth unto death, he was glad and joyful in his heart. But as Leonhard Lockmair had formerly been a priest, the priests prevented his dying together with Offrus, for they intended first to divest him of their accursed ordination. In this, in order to bring to naught their counsel, God so ordered it that the suffragan who was to do this died. Thus he was executed with the sword a few days after Offrus, and, as a true priest, offered up and gave himself as an acceptable offering unto God, and testified to his truth unto death. Romans 12:1, 2 Timothy 4:6.